Hey, 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 audio check. Let me know when you guys get in here and let me know if the audio's working and we'll get started. Let's go ahead and turn off my other screen, turn my phone down. Here we go. Should be good. And yes, so the background video today is just going to be one of my 3D printers. Kind of got, I don't know, the old background video is getting a little old, hence the reason why it's old. So decided to stop using that for now. So, all right, great. Audio is good. All right, so we're going to wait for a few people to get in here, going to do some announcements, and then we're going to get started with this stream. As you guys know, I'm going to answer questions for as long as I can. When the questions stop rolling in, that's when the stream stops. So I think it's pretty easy to do it that way. So anyway, all right, so let me refresh. Let me say so a couple hundred more times. There we go. And all right, so good. Everything seems to be working. The screen up here needs to be adjusted. All righty. And I think we're good. All right, okay. So as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen, we have the 4th of July sale. I did not do one over the weekend. I was kind of debating if I wanted to just because everybody else is. But yeah, so anyway, right now we are doing the 4th of July sale for the next 24 hours. Use the code America at checkout, and you'll get 15% off your order. Yeah, it's only good for 24 hours, and that's going to be it for sales probably until around Christmas time. So anyway, that's that. Next thing I want to mention is a lot of you guys have been purchasing the the Hannah Checker storage, test kit storage. And yes, I'm figuring out that Hannah has 2 different size vials. So that's cool. So what I've been doing is adjusting the size of the vials, the holder within there, so that way it's going to be a little loose. That's what she said. And it's but it's not going to, you're not going to have an issue fitting them. So finally fixed that. So for those of you who are wondering what's going on. And then, yeah, I fixed all the shipping on the Red Sea test kits. I had it up there. It was charging people overnight, which was really weird. So I fixed that, and we should be good to go. So, yep, that's it for announcements today. The only other thing I want to talk about is last week's live stream. Now, yes, people are messaging me. I got a couple phone calls asking me if I was all right. I was fine. I took my medicine a little bit earlier. I take some sleeping meds, and I took it a little earlier, forgetting that I had the live stream. And then, yeah, that stuff will start to kick in the live stream there. So I was kind of getting a little cranky. But, yeah, did not do that today. I forgot that I changed the time around. It's just one of those days. Sundays are pretty rough. But anyway, last weekend's live stream was kind of opened my eyes to YouTube, actually. That video did good for about 3 days, and then I got flagged, and then I had to take it down. So, yeah, that's why I only put one video up this week, and that's kind of what I want to talk about real quick before we get started. So you guys can start putting your questions in. So, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, I'm kind of moving to a different platform. So I am going to continue to upload content here. I'm going to move to something that isn't so... I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not even going to finish the rest of that sentence. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I will be uploading 1 to 2 regular videos per week on this platform as well as the live stream, but that's it. So there won't be any extra stuff. I'm still going to work on my Q&A for my members every day. Try to get up there. But yeah, I'm kind of moving away from YouTube just because it's not working out. I can't really be who I am. It's not comfortable. I don't really enjoy it the way I used to. Things are getting pretty ridiculous. So, yeah, I just figured I'd give you guys an update. There still will be content. There just won't be as much of it. There won't be any rambling videos. There won't really be any personal stuff. I might upload stuff on my other channel for like FPV and stuff like that. I'm going to be going back to the bare bone basics and leaving it that way, making everything nice and PC the way this platform likes it. And I'm going to take my business elsewhere. So that's kind of what's going on. It's just, it really sucks. It really does. I put a lot of time. We got 4 years on this channel, and it just sucks to see it kind of going away. So, but as with everything in life, nothing lasts forever, and that's okay. So anyway, if you guys got questions, go ahead and put them in here. If not, we can bull crap for a little while. Since I can't swear anymore and can't tell dirty jokes, can't really do anything. So, yeah, sleeping meds are the best, right? Yeah, well, they are when you take them at the right time. Again, I work Saturday nights for another company, actually a company I helped start several years ago. We do investigations on the weekends, and I tend to do them on Saturdays. Yeah, I forgot what day it was. I was like, oh, crap, I got a live stream to do. So that was interesting. So I did not do that today. But I'm just going to pull up our first question here. Greetings from NFL North Florida. I'm guessing that's what it is. Tested water, 0 nitrates and phosphates. Will adding more fish and feeding more help bring up the levels? It should, yeah. You should definitely get your levels should go up if you increase your feeding and add some, a bit more bio load. Just be careful. Go slow. That way you don't run into any issues with spiking it or adding too much too quickly and then not allowing the beneficial bacteria to grow quick enough to handle the extra bio load. But yeah, that will help. If that doesn't work, a lot of people end up putting in as many fish as they can, or comfortably put into their system, and then they still have low nutrients, kind of like I do. And then you might have to be forced to do some dosing, some nitrates and phosphates. But hold off on that. Wait until you add some fish and go from there. Next question is from Mark. Hey, Travis, I finally got my tank and I've set it up. I was just wondering if I can use conditioned tap water due to the being a 100-gallon system, and my RO buddy takes 3.5 hours. 100 gallons. Yeah, you can use tap water for your first shot, but I would still wait. Run some carbon, of course. I know that I started the 300 with tap water. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I didn't throw coral or fish in there right away. So even though I did have cured rock in the system and then filled it up with tap water, added the salt, got it to salinity. Yes, it might have killed off some beneficial bacteria, but that's okay. The majority of it was still alive, and the curing process was actually more to remove any kind of extra detritus or anything on the rock. But anyway, went ahead and started my 300 with tap water, and it worked out fine. Just give it a month or two before you start adding anything crazy in there. Of course, use some carbon. You should be fine with that. Shane, just bought a chiller so soon I can get to pick up some of your beautiful corals. Yeah, appreciate it. Good deal on the chiller. I am going to be talking about that in a video. I actually finished it yesterday or the day before, sorry, and it'll be out tomorrow. It's going to be 5 mistakes that every saltwater hobbyist makes, or new saltwater hobbyist makes. And I was talking about that's kind of like a backup plan. So having a chiller is a great idea. I don't know why I waited so long. I guess I didn't really think about it until somebody brought it up, and then I started thinking, well, what if the power goes out? What if the AC goes out? How long will it take for the tank to get to like 95 degrees? So good. I'm glad you bought it. There's a lot of new stuff going up on the website. So I guess I can go into this a little bit. I took out, 90% of the grow out disc in that right Lobo boy tank. I went ahead and cut all the frags up. I probably made like 300 or 400 frags the other day. Because I'm actually in the process. I told you guys that I was, looking at land. I'm in the process of doing that, trying to get this rolling so I can move on to other things quickly. So I won't really know until the beginning of the year of kind of if it's going to happen next year. I won't really know until I can actually get out and look at some really good land when there's no trees abloom and kind of see how things are. But anyway, I've cut up a ton of coral, trying to move a ton of stuff out, and the colors in this tank are better than they've ever been. I'm still trying to pinpoint exactly what changes I've made to make them really good. I'm leaning towards some of that beneficial bacteria. I'm leaning towards that because that seems to be one of the major changes that I've made to the system. But I need a little bit more time to really determine what change it is. It could be a bunch of different stuff coming together. Nutrients are finally in a good range. But anyway, I'm not sure I got off on that from the chiller, but here we go. Moving on to the next question. Hello, Travis. I'm battling what looks like dino. My rocks are covered with micro bubbles, but no algae. Yeah, that sounds like dino to me. You have to figure out what type of dino it is. So either you yourself look underneath a magnifying glass, or you can, I don't know if you're within the United States, but if you are within the United States, you can purchase my dino identification, and you can send me a sample of it, and I can tell you what dino it is, and then tell you what direction to go to cure it. Because you got to identify the species before you try to cure it. Even though 9 out of 10 times it's usually the ones that evolve, you have too low of nutrients. That seems to be pretty common, and you just got to identify it, and then you can take care of it. Manual removal, all that good stuff. But yeah, definitely sounds like dino. Moving over to Twitch, ? Zoom, subscriber only. What's the deal? YouTube sucks. I don't really know yet. I have some stuff on BitChute. I I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm spread out over a bunch of different platforms because I don't hang out in front of the camera. I mean, Twitch wouldn't be something that I could do. I mean, what do you guys want to look at? An empty chair? Look, maybe someday I'll get in front of the camera. Just not something I'm going to do now. I still gotta waste some time. I got to be completely away from my other job before I can do that. So I'm not really sure yet. I don't really know. I might not go anywhere. Who knows? I might just, hang it up. Who knows? I don't know yet. But I'll let you guys know as soon as I do. Here we go. To cycle the tank, I have quarantined everything fish grower. Did I miss? Was that part of the other one? Okay, yeah, we already answered that. I think we did. Yeah, we already answered part of that question. That was the other part of it. Sorry about that. Are you still doing the tanks for vets thing? My buddy and I are looking to get involved. Yes, I am. I'm just waiting for coronavirus to go away because I can't do anything. I have money in my veterans savings account. As you guys know, I take money from my sales and put it in there. But saving up for a while. I already did that one tank for Mike, but we had an issue with this tank. It started leaking the bottom. I don't know what the heck happened. So we're trying to fix that issue. So that's $6,000 that I put towards that system. That's not happening right now, so that's kind of frustrating. But yeah, I'm still doing it. I just can't do anything right now. And as for people getting involved, I don't mind. I just have to. We gotta wait. Everyone's waiting right now. That's kind of what we're all waiting. So once things kind of calm down and people aren't afraid to be around other people, then we can get back to doing that. But I'm going to keep saving up money until and figure out what's going on. I'm trying to think if maybe I should just send some all-in-one systems to people, which is kind of not what I wanted to do. I'd rather build them and take the time to talk to the vet and go through all that stuff and get to know them and have all that stuff on video. But I learned a lot from my first build. I learned a lot more than I care to learn, to be honest. But that's the way it is. So we're gonna wait till all this coronavirus stuff comes down, and then we'll start doing some more tanks. But yes, definitely still doing it. My tank is running 6 months. I have 6 small fish, no corals yet. Should I add coralline algae now? If your calcium alkalinity are stable and they continue to stay stable, then yeah, go ahead and add coralline algae, and then yeah, you'd be good as long as you're stable. What do you recommend someone use to drill holes in their rock for acrylic rods? I have support for AB Aquascape. I tried to drill yesterday and it wasn't drilling through the rock at all. You just got to go to Home Depot and get the cement drill bits. You can use a regular drill if you want, or you can use an impact drill. Just try the regular one. The impact might actually break the rock. I've tried both. I usually use just the regular drill. You plug it in, and then the battery one's probably not going to work out depending on how good it is. But yeah, just get these cement drill bits. You'll be fine. That's what I use here. Moving down. Do you suggest using a local fish store's water to jumpstart the process of setting up my tanks? No, I do not. I think that's a horrible idea. I think never mind. I can't even go into what I want to say. All right, moving on. Next question. Geez, nothing like filtering yourself. That sucks. Looking to start to sell my frags. Have any tips for someone starting out? Locally, Facebook, if you can. I think Facebook's even banning any kind of sales of that stuff like that. Word of mouth. I mean, if you don't have a YouTube channel and you can't promote yourself that way, then word of mouth. That's your best bet, man. And don't have any pests, because that could really cause some issues. Okay, sorry guys, just moving through these comments here. All right, Matt, I think I do have your email. Usually when stuff comes in for the vets, it gets forwarded automatically to my vets folder. I'm pretty sure I saw Matt come in a couple weeks back. I'm almost positive to you. I did not read it yet, but I will soon, I promise. Will you have coralline algae again? I mean, I have a bunch of it in the 40 gallon. I guess I could put some of it up. I don't mind selling that stuff, but man, is it a huge pain to get off the tank. But yeah, let me just check real quick. I'm pretty sure I can put some on. Yeah, I could do that, Steven. Let me put some of that stuff in stock for you, man. I'll do it before the end. Before the end of the night. I'll put some coralline algae in stock and probably put some Chaeto in too. Kurt, can you switch the ORP probe to the pH probe on the Apex? I just bought the GeoDual reactor. Yeah, you can. It allows you to do pH and ORP. I'm almost positive. At least the older version of the Apex did. I don't see why the newer one wouldn't. You should be fine with that. Just make sure you recalibrate it, of course. Go through the whole process. Yeah, I can't even say that, but yeah, Chris, I get it, man. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, talking about being censored, man, it's rough. Can't do much. It's interesting. Love my Hannah bottle holders. Yeah, I mean they're pretty good. They sell quite well. A little bummed that there's different size vials. Thanks for letting me know, Hannah. If I knew that, I would have made them bigger. The point was for the vials to sit snugly in the storage. I know that you have the bottle holder, but the storage itself, I just like it fitting in there nice and not rattling around. But I don't have a choice. I have to make the hole bigger because I have people saying, "Hey, man, this doesn't even fit," and then I'm like, "Well, that sucks. I didn't even know that." So yeah. Can you make one for the Nios? Well, I just spent like $200 on test kits that are sitting on my desk. I made a whole bunch of stuff. All the Salafords. I made some more Red Sea multi-test kits, a whole bunch of stuff. I have somebody named, I think Dan, is sending me a test kit from Red Sea that I'm going to make one and then send him the prototype and send his test back. If you want the Nios one done, you're going to have to send it to me because I don't feel like buying any more test kits right now just to have them here and just to make test kit holders. So if anybody wants a specific test kit made, you can send me the test. I'll make it and send you the prototype for free for letting me use it. You can hit me up via email if you want to be part of that. Heck, switching a friend's SPS dominant to Radeon G4S from black box without par meter. Any tips? Starlight, yeah, get a par meter. And there's no without par meter. Get a par meter so you don't. I mean, come on. I don't know if it's SPS dominant. He's probably I got to be good. Just get a par meter, man. I'm just gonna get a par meter. Will you be doing a Wednesday live stream with guests this week? I'd really like to hang out session with Roscoe's Reef. No, not this week. I probably will do something within the next couple weeks. Again, we're going to be doing 1 to 2 regular PC YouTube appropriate videos every week, and then we're going to be adding the live stream, and that's it for me, guys. I hate saying that and giving you guys bad news, but that's it for me. There is no more Q&A stuff. Maybe I might do that. I haven't decided yet. Depends. Sometimes those get demonetized. There won't be any rambling videos. There won't be any personal stuff. There won't be anything really unable to be edited early on to make sure that it stays monetized and I don't get flagged for hate speech and all sorts of crap. So, yeah. Moving down. On Facebook, I don't know. I'm sure I know my personal account's censored. I don't know if my business is. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that too much. I don't know. I haven't really looked, to be honest with you. Maybe. I mean, who knows? What does Scott got here? Next T-shirt. Do yourself filter, bro. All right, next question. Matt, what are your feelings on the Radion's G5 Blues? They look expensive. They look good. I mean, I haven't seen enough tanks with them on there. I'm considering purchasing them for the new build. As you guys know, the new tank's going to need 30 Radions. And then, of course, T5s. Then we have all the grow-out tanks, yada, yada, yada. I don't have to get into it again. But I'm considering buying them for the new build, but not right now. I'm just going to give it time. So, I mean, I got a little bit of time anyways. Probably got a year, maybe. Year and a half, depending on how things go before the new tank even starts. And yeah, we'll see what they turn out. So if a whole bunch of tanks have them and they look really good and the tanks are growing well and everything looks great, then yeah, I'll probably purchase them. They better be on sale. There better be good pricing for all that bulk pricing. Man, just 30 lights at one time. That's gonna suck. If I if I use a different test kit, can you make a combo like Hannah, Elk, Red Sea? Yeah, I mean, I can make combos. I can make whatever you guys want. That's why I have that. I just added it. It's the custom print. How do I explain it? I wish I can give you a link, but I can't. Actually, maybe I can, because we'll see. Maybe I've never tried to copy anything into this thing before, so we'll find out. So it's called custom 3D printed items. So I'll print whatever you want. I've been doing a lot of different things. I did some stuff for BioCube the other day. Another guy wants a whole bunch of little stuff done. Let me see if I can paste this. Can I do it? Did it work? Did it work? Oh, it did. Sweet. So yeah, you can, if you want something specifically done, say, I have a bunch of different test kits. Say you want 3 or 4 of them put into one. Just tell me what you want when you purchase that right there, and I can custom make it for you. As long as it's not crazy, as long as it's not going to take forever. If it takes more than an hour to design it, I'm going to charge you more than $20, because that's kind of that's like work for free, man. So yeah, if you want something put together, a combo, whatever, just let me know, and I can make that happen one way or another for you. And by the way, Gabe, when do you want your stuff shipped out? Hit me up via email sometime after the stream, because we got all that stuff ready to ship out. And I know that you started school again and all that. So let me know so I can send that stuff to you. Not on a Thursday, though, because Thursday is not a good time to be shipping to Florida. All right, moving on. Where did you find the thread pitch size for the Hannah Vows? Been looking for that for a while. I made it myself. Lots of prints. That's all I can tell you with that, man. I made that bad boy myself. We just bought 6 of our frag farms we are setting up. They are very expensive. 6 what? Oh, the lights, Matt. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm not paying retail. Nope, not doing that. Nope, no way. I'm just thinking about the retail price. There's no way I'm doing that for 30 of those lights. I can't even say what I want to say, but yeah, you get it, right? Where are you getting your new tank from? Well, whoever wants to give me a deal. I'm going to be doing, I mean, obviously custom aquariums is my first bet, but if they don't want to work something out, then we'll go somewhere else. It's a 1,000, so it's 10 feet by 4 foot by 3 feet tall, and then I got 5 8 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot tanks. I'm going to need stands with those as well. So whoever wants to jump in the pot, wants to be part of it, they can. If not, then figure it out. But yeah, I'm not too particular. Custom aquariums is my go-to, though. That's where I prefer. That's where I'm going to start looking. If the deal isn't what I want, then I won't get it from them. It's just how it is, man. There's plenty of fish in the sea. For some reason that posted twice. Just got a Dremel. Is it easy to frag with? It can be. Make sure you have a good hand on the coral and don't. It's much easier to cut yourself with a Dremel than it is with the diamond bit saw blade I have here. The Dremel it's a little bit more rugged. It bounces around on you. Just be careful, but it is relatively easy to cut. Hey, Andrew, can you do me a favor and block Angry Owl's Aquarium? He's just annoying today. Go ahead and get rid of him for me. Thanks. Moving down. Because I have to be good, so I can't say what I want to say, so just might as well ignore it for now. Thank you. All right. Have you used Vibrant? I have not, but I've heard good things. I just don't use it. Never had an opportunity, and but I've heard good things, and I've also heard a lot of bad things. I've heard a lot of people say they got dino from it and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, just I don't know. Never used it. Can't really give you too much information on it. Let's go ahead and get back here. Nice. My tank is roughly be that size when I upgrade from my 700. You're upgrading from a 700? I don't really hear that too often. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that size. I'm gonna be doing a peninsula style tank. So of course the one of the sides will be against a wall, and then we can walk around the 3 other sides, and it's just gonna be easy for aquascaping. I haven't decided how I want the canopy to be. If I wanted to, if I wanted to raise up off the tank itself, or just kind of sit there with doors, I haven't really decided yet. That's all kind of stuff that I'm going to think about later. Right now, I'm going through the whole process of figuring out how to build a house, so that's a little bit more complex to the tank, so we'll take care of that when that time comes. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I really want a bigger tank. I want a different type of aquascape. I'm ready to kind of start over with just a tank in general. I'm ready to get rid of the verminted snails. I'm ready to get Big Bertha to a bigger tank, like in a major aquarium where she can be happy. I'm looking to just put different acros in there. I'm just ready for a different setup, and yeah, kind of learned what I need to learn with this system, so I'm ready to move on to something else. Hey, get dinos. I'm trying to read this right. I guess they get dinos if they let their nutrients drop to 0. Vibrant really sucks up your nitrate and phosphate. Yes, you do get dinos if your nutrients bottom out to 0. That's one of the main reasons why you get dino and why it's so common in our hobby. And from what I have heard is that Vibrant does drop your nutrients down pretty low. But again, I haven't used it. I don't have any experience with it. That's just what I heard. But I don't know if it's exactly true. But it would make sense if that's why people are getting dinos when using it. What do you like better, calcium reactor or 2-part dosing? Calcium reactor all the way. A couple things that I don't like about 2-part dosing is having to make it all the time, and especially when you're using a lot of it. I think at one point the 125 was using like 250 milliliters per day. Excuse me, of both calcium and alkalinity. Over here burping up dinner, and the problem with that is making it every week kind of sucks. And then the second thing is if you're dosing so much of it, especially to a water volume, even with the 125, you're dosing salt to the tank, so your salinity is slowly going to increase. Then you got to do water changes at like 1.024 when you want to keep your tank at 1.026. It's just kind of, it sucks. That's not, I mean, that was kind of my problem because I was using such a huge amount of it. But yeah, I much prefer the calcium reactor. Seems more stable. It's easier to take care of. Besides, filling up the CO2 tank, which you just keep an extra CO2 tank anyways, and you're good to go on that. But yeah, I much prefer calcium reactor. And to be honest, I could only imagine how much 2-part I would have to dose in the system I have now. I mean, it'd be ridiculous. Nope. Have you looked at the custom aquarium seamless sump? Yep. I actually had one go to Mike for our first veterans tank. They're okay. Not my particular, not something I would use for my setup. And thanks for the super chat, Chris. I just saw that come through. It's a different color this time, which is kind of weird. Appreciate the super chat. Really do. But yeah, it works for some people. It's not something that I would use personally. I do plan on going with Geo for the new sump. It's going to be 2 sumps really in one. Of course, the massive calcium reactor will be on the new build from them, and ATO, all that good stuff. But for the tank and stand, again, I prefer custom aquariums. They do. I mean, I had 0 issues with the one I have. The 300's amazing tank. We just got to see what kind of deal I can get with them. I'm hosting a frag swap at my house in Chattanooga in 2 weeks. Drive down, Travis. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, bro. Appreciate it, though. Nah, that's good, man. Definitely not driving that far. Shit, my mom lives like 6 hours away, and I don't even drive 6 hours. No way, man. Appreciate it, though. Have you ever used an auto feeder? No, I have not. Just because it doesn't really support the food that I like to feed. I don't really feed dry food. I know that there is a couple things in the market or that are being made for wet food and stuff like that. But yeah, I never really even used it. I have a client that has one, or had a client that had one. But I don't know if he even uses it anymore. Is Kalkwasser worth it? It is in the beginning. If you're just starting out and you don't want to dose 2-par, you don't want to buy a calcium reactor, you just want to, but you want to add, calcium alkalinity. Yeah, Kalkwasser can be worth it. It's really cheap. There's a lot of big systems that run calc reactors and do really well. It's if you want to do it, it's up to you. It's good. It's got good benefits of increasing the pH, which is always nice. But yeah, it's worth it. It's cheap. Are you using the BL Touch for auto bed leveling? I am. Yes. I got a whole video on all my upgrades for my 3D printers. They are Ender 3 Pros stock. I don't know what I got them for. Under $300, and then I put about $400 or $500 in upgrades into each one of them, and they run awesome now. Besides cleaning it every once in a while, I don't really do anything with these printers anymore. I just run the files through my Octoprint and change out the filament, and it works out great. When we move over, Scott's coming with me. Well, he's not moving with me. Well, maybe I'll move. Maybe he'll move with me. But we're going to be running 10 of these Ender 3s in a nice little printer room, server room, and we'll be ramping up our production for sure when that happens. So I'm looking forward to it. These were kind of my test printers to kind of see if I could make them the way I want. And with all the upgrades, yeah, they're pretty expensive, but man, do they do some great work. They really do. And they run all the time, 24/7. They haven't turned off in months and months and months. They're just rocking. X, can you please start making a RO tube holder? You can clip on a brute can. Some can secure to sink down. Yeah, I can work on that. Let me write that down, man. Let me write that down. RO tube holder for what? A brute can? Brute can? Okay, yeah. Or what about I guess brute can work. What about a 5-gallon bucket? Would that be something you'd be interested in? How would I make it so you can screw it and you can put on whatever you want on a brute can? All right, wrote it down there. I'll work on that later. I'll work on it tomorrow. No, probably Tuesday. Sorry, because tomorrow's ship day. Shipping is happening then. All right. Hex, Senai do the job for par or shell out the get the Senai Reef, man. If you're only using it once, get the Senai Reef. There's no reason to spend all that money. The Senai gives you a general idea, and that's what you're looking for. You don't need exact numbers. You just need a general idea. If you think you have a coral and 250 par, but it's only like 80 par, well, yeah, this tells you it's around 250. You might say 230, might say 260, but it's around 250. So you at least get an idea of where you're at. Okay. Hex, are you opposed to biopellets? Not really. What do you recommend for someone who probably needs carbon dose? Well, I would figure out why you need a carbon dose in the first place. So your nitrates are obviously high. So why are they high, Tim? I mean, I don't know if it's exactly you, but why are they high? Are you feeding too much? You got too many fish, not enough rock, your skimmers suck? I mean, there's got to be reasons why your nitrates are high in the first place. What I would recommend is figure out that reason first before investing into anything like biopellets. So figure out why your nitrates are high. About the yawn here. Oh, shit. And there we go, demonetized for yawning and adding a shit at the end. But yeah, just find out why your nutrients are high, why your nitrates are high, and then if you can't figure out that reason, then go ahead and invest in biopellets. Start slow. I have a whole bunch of videos on biopellets. They work, they serve a purpose, but they got their downfall. So when the power goes out, if you don't get some flow through those relatively soon, all the bacteria is going to die on the media. Then you're going to run into issues. So yeah, you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't know how long it takes to repopulate the bacteria, but I do know that there is a break in time when you're just starting the reactor and all that good stuff. So yeah, just, figure out your NO3 problem before buying anything. But yeah, so we are at the end of the question. No, there's stuff coming in. I just got a delay on my end. I don't know why it's so long. I see stuff up here, but nothing down here. Oh, is it the second shit? Well, what else is new? What is the main cause for high nitrate, generally speaking, of course? Usually, there isn't a main reason. There's a multiple different reasons. As I mentioned before, you're feeding too much. You got too many fish, not enough rock to support the beneficial bacteria to process all the waste in the tank. You get inadequate filtration. Maybe your skimmer sucks. Maybe you're not doing water changes. Maybe your salt's dirty. Maybe your RO water is dirty. There's many different things. Just think of everything that goes into the tank. That is a potential reason why your nitrates are high. So, yeah. Process of elimination is the way I like to look at it. Just go through everything one thing at a time. Start off with the initial source. So what's coming into the house? Your water. Okay, so let's check the water. What's coming out of it? Is it dirty? You got TDS. Is there anything going on with there? And then work your way in. Check your salt. Make a new batch of salt. See what your nitrates and phosphates are. Maybe you got a bad batch of salt. Then move on to your stocking. Do you have too many fish in the tank? You get not enough rock? You're feeding too much? All those things play a role. So just process elimination. All right. I believe you are using the Kessel dongle for the lights. Could you share your dongle settings for your 300 gallon? I don't use the Kessels on my 300. I do have the dongle on the frag tank, and those settings are in the video that I put out for that that setup. I have a whole unboxing and setup for that dongle, so you guys can check that out on the channel. As far as the new build goes, are there any particular pieces that you have an eye on? Will you use your new display for frags on your website? I have my eye on a lot of different corals, but my main goal for this setup is to do it correctly from the very beginning. I mean, I did pretty well with this setup. There's not really any major issues, but of course, this isn't a forever system. So my main goal is to build the system. It's going to take a while. Obviously, you've got to get all the tanks in, take the time to build it. And then I'm going to aquascape with Reef Saver dry rock or whatever rock is available at that time. And then I'm going to fill the tank up with salt water, and then I'm going to let it sit for about 5 months and not even touch it. I will have a separate system that is, of course, not connected to that I'll continue to sell my corals out of and stuff like that while we wait. And then once that's done, the main display will be 100. Well, the 1000 downstairs will be 100% acros, nothing else. That's it. The tank upstairs, which will be this 300, which will go up into my office upstairs, and then that will have a lot of beginner SPS plus acros. You know, a lot of the bird's nest, all the stuff that I have in it now, just in that tank alone. And then, of course, we have all the other tanks. We have the 5, 12, 8 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot frag tanks. Those are going to have grow out colonies, and of course, we're going to have a bunch of frags healing all through there. But my goal is to use the main display, both main displays, so the 1000 and 300. Those will support when they grow out. I'll cut them just like I do now, and then those frags will go into one of the 5 grow out tanks or healing tanks, and then they'll go out for sale. And then, of course, I will start mini colonies within those tanks, and those will be my cuttings. So it'll be the same exact setup that I have now, just much, much bigger and well organized, and hopefully just better overall, actually. That's kind of the plan, but we'll see how it goes. All right, Glenn, see you later, man. I know you probably already left by the time I got to this. Appreciate you being here. Sorry I can't make it to your frag party. Do you have any Walt Disney acros? I do. I have quite a bit of it. None of it for sale right now, though. I'm waiting for that stuff to grow out. There's a reason why it's expensive. It doesn't grow as fast as many other acros. Why are my mud mushrooms spreading? And how can I stop? I missed the rest of that question. Well, that's what they do, man. They spread. It's a soft coral. It grows relatively quickly. It spreads all over the tank. It takes over. That's just what mushrooms do. If they're not happy, they'll release themselves from the rock, float around the tank, and hopefully find another area. You can't stop it. One more question. What is the shelf life of your phytoplankton and fresh first Brightwell Phyto? Is one better than the other? I don't know what Brightwell Phyto is. I never used it. My phytoplankton, I did a test on my, it was over a month. I think it was a month or so, that I had it in the refrigerator, shook it up every day. Some of the cells some of the cells were still alive. So it was still alive after a month, but most people use it up relatively quickly. I do have some in the freezer that's been in there since April. And I'm going to thaw it out in the next month or two, if I remember, and then I'll show you guys. And we'll see if it's still alive after it's been frozen for several months. We'll thaw it out and see if it's still alive. Kind of interesting to see how that test turns out. But yeah, a month or so is pretty common for my phyto. It's pretty, I would say, a month, just to be safe. But again, most people use it up well before that. I go through quite a bit. I think I do 100 milliliters twice a week right now for the system. So it goes through pretty quickly. All right, so it looks like we are at the end of the questions. Nothing else coming in, so I think we're going to end the stream. We're doing pretty good. I'm going to be 40 minutes. That's fine. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds if you got any more questions. If not, I'm going to go move on to some other stuff. But yeah, sorry the stream was so I wouldn't say slow, but just not as long as usual. Again, I just here to answer questions. If there's no more questions, then it's not really any reason to be up here chit-chatting. But yeah, so I do want to apologize again that the YouTube channel is kind of slowing down. Again, there's not really much I can do about that. Imagine creating something, spending time to make something, and then when you upload it, it gets crapped on right away. And as in you ain't making no money from it anymore. I don't make a ton of money from YouTube, but if I upload something and it gets slammed right away and flagged, then there's no reason to even do it. So yeah, so I don't mind making basic videos and giving you guys the information. That's totally cool for me. But yeah, it is what it is. So we got a question here. What gallon per hour do you run your UV? I have no idea. Whatever looks good coming out the end. I don't really pay attention to that, man. I just let it run. Don't go crazy on that stuff. Do your test kit holders allow for drainage of the no, it does not. No, the test kit holders do not, but I have vial holders, hanging vial holders and a vial stand if people want to screw them upside down and let them drain out. But no, the storage kits do not offer that because where would it drain? It would drain to the bottom and then sit at the bottom on like a table or something. It just wouldn't work out. The water would sit there. It just would be kind of not really good. So yeah, so it's kind of how it is. But yeah, so that's about it for the live stream, guys. I appreciate you being here. If you have any more questions, save them for next week, I suppose. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.